Alright guys, welcome to Warframe. It is a game on Steam. It's really fun. It's a third-person action fucking shooter game with ninjas. It's fucking cool as shit. But yeah, this is me playing it, and you know, I just thought that I would take the time and talk about, you know, some of the newer next generation consoles that are about to come out in about a year or two. Whether it be the Xbox 720 or whatever they're going to call it, or the PS4, or what's going to happen with Nintendo on their Wii U, their 3DS, and whatnot. And I thought that, you know, I'd share with you everything about, you know, the next generation consoles, you know, that I know of, you know, rumors and stuff. But first off, I'm going to say I'm a huge gamer. I've always been a huge gamer since I was 4. I was playing my OG PlayStation, and I loved it. I thought it was, you know, innovative. I've never played anything like it. It was truly remarkable. It was my childhood, and I loved it. I loved every single second of it. I had Crash Bandicoot, and he was the shit. And then I had some bunch of weird ass shit games like fucking funky boxing with like some fucking guy yelling at you the entire fucking boxing match. You know, I enjoyed it. And I had a Game Boy. I had a Game Boy Color. Hell, I enjoyed everything about a Game Boy Color. I loved it. It wasn't mine though, it was my sister's, but you know, everything at that time was my sister's. But around the time I was gonna be about 6, and my dad was gonna get me the PS2, I was ecstatic for it. I was ready for it. I was all geared up for the PlayStation 2. It was something fresh. It was something new. I've never seen anything like it before, and it was, you know, it was new. And I wanted to play the hell out of it, but you know, I didn't get it until Christmas. And when I got it at Christmas, the first game I played on it was Crash Bandicoot, and Crash Bandicoot Wrathful Cortex. It's pretty shitty actually, but it was just innovative for me. And it changed my life, and that's when I was like, you know, fuck life. Games is where it's at, you know. I could certainly enjoy games more than I can enjoy, you know, anything else, movies and anything else. I enjoyed. PlayStation 2 was a shit. Then I got a Game Boy Advance, and it was also a shit. But the point I'm trying to make here is that I've always been around games, video games, and I've always loved them. And you know, I've always wanted to collect them. I enjoy collecting them. I think I have like over like 100 games. Not really console related. You know, there's not really one console bigger than another. I think I have like 42 PS2 games in my bag, and they're not pirated either. So, but I've loved games. Never been a big PC player. Back in the day, I used to play things like Oregon Trail and you know, Carmen Sandiego and Border Bun games like that. You know those games were the shit for me too growing up. You know, playing Carmen Sandiego. You know, not many people know what that is. Not many people, you know, really think about the old computer games, but they were also very fun. And but for me, consoles has always been, you know, the thing. And I like handhelds too. I have pretty much every console of the last 2 generations with me. I think the only one I'm missing is the original Xbox, but I don't think I'll ever get the original Xbox because it's kind of expensive. It's a very investment project, and I'm not ready for it. But I have the N64. I bought a PlayStation 1 at a thrift store. I really enjoy everything about collecting video games, and you know, it's really fun experience. I got the Wii, I would say about 2008, and originally that was my first pick, and just because of the fact that everything else was too expensive. The Xbox at the time was like $399, I think. The PS3 was a fucking insanely amount of money. I think it was like $350 at the time. I don't remember. But I was like, you know, I'm not gonna just tell my mom, you know, buy me this fucking console that's like $250. So I was like, you know, if you want, because during that time, I only had a Nintendo DS, and I was like, I need to get one of these newer consoles because my PlayStation 2 was getting old. So the first one I picked was the Wii because I wanted something newer, fresh. I love Nintendo, and I never really had a Nintendo console. I never really had a Nintendo console before. So I picked the Wii, and about 2009 I got it, and it was insanely fun. The first 2 years, probably one of the funniest consoles I've ever had. I played with. I loved the Wii. There's a lot of great games on it. Not many people know about the great games on the Wii. Stuff like Mad World and like No More Heroes and Super Mario Galaxy. Games like that really shook up the system in an important way. And yeah, I enjoyed the Wii. I loved it for what it was. But around the time I got an Xbox, I was like, the Wii kind of fucking sucks. I didn't know any better, I guess. But considering that the Xbox was just so much powerful and could do all these amazing things, I was like, I have to get an Xbox. I don't want to miss out on all the great games like Red Dead Redemption and Grand Theft Auto 4 just because I have a fucking Wii. And PC was out of the question because I had a Windows XP at the time, so I didn't really have anything. So about when I started playing the Xbox, I was hooked immediately. I think when I got the Xbox, it came in like a shitty bundle with like Lego games, Lego Indiana Jones, Lego Star Wars, Lego fucking Lego shit that no one fucking likes. And yeah, and then I got better games, and I think I was a little too late on it though, because all the great games were already out. I mean, already way before I got it. I couldn't get Gears of War 2 at the time, or Call of Duty Black Ops, because I didn't have the system at the time. So that really screwed it up for me. I just played a lot of used games, and the first game I loved on the Xbox, and it's a multi-platform game, but it was Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare, and it was the best multiplayer experience I have ever played. Still to this day, Call of Duty 4 is one of the greatest games of all time. And I could easily say that. After Modern Warfare 2, everything went downhill. Everything about Call of Duty went downhill. I had Call of Duty 3 before that, and I really liked it too. But I don't really play Call of Duty anymore. I played the hell out of Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare, but then after 3, I just like, there's too much Call of Duty, there's too much saturation. And then eventually I got a PS3. I'm a very spoiled person, I guess. Not really much games on it, kind of a waste, I guess, but there are tons of opportunities for games on the PlayStation 3. I love the PlayStation 3. I think it's a great console. I think it's better. It's certainly better than the Xbox, considering paying online and you get online free. And the PS3, I could easily say, is a better console of that generation. Certainly, they had tons of games. Still does stuff you wouldn't get on Xbox and Wii. Ni no Kuni. Fucking God of War, fucking Ratchet and Clank. All these great exclusive titles you couldn't get anywhere else on the PlayStation 3, and that was innovative. As far as the gaming exclusives, and I love Sony, and I love them for the PlayStation 2 console because of that. All these exclusives. But yeah, we are going on the next generation. It's sailing. It pretty much lasted about 5 years. But it's certainly an interesting 5 years. A lot of first-person shooters, and I could easily say that that the platformer is now dead. There's not. I don't really know any more games that platform related. But indie games started really going though, and that was then. And then I guess I could continue this story. I got a laptop once again, very spoiled. Fucking, I'm a bad kid. And got a laptop, and I didn't really think of it. I just thought, oh, I could go on YouTube and make some YouTube videos if I want. I could start over again, because I had a previous YouTube account, and it's actually more successful than this one that I have now. kind of sucks, but you know, whatever. I don't really care. And yeah, I didn't really mind too much about that. And then I just thought, wow, I could go on Steam. You know, I could be a PC player. You know, and it's not the best computer in the world, and I know it isn't, and I don't really care. I don't really need a big expensive computer. But as long as I can play, you know, some fun games here and there, then I'll be enjoyable. And I don't really even use this computer all too much for games, but all of a sudden I just wanted to get into the YouTube business and just play games for free or whatever. It's just fun. So after a while, I was like, you know, PC's certainly fun. I haven't played my Xbox or PS3 in like 3 months since then. But I think that the PC is really strong, and obviously it's not gonna go away. You know, people, you know, that's one thing you don't have to worry about is whether, oh, is PC gonna stay? PC is always gonna stay. It's just become more popular than ever before, and I think that's a good thing, because you know, you wouldn't see Warframe you don't see Warframe on PS3 or Xbox, and that's exclusive to PC players. Team Fortress 2, fun on Xbox, you get free to play on PC. Stuff like that is, you know, really fun. Indie games, you know, tons of greenlight Steam games you can get on PC that are really fun. And not everything has to be about, you know, Battlefield and Call of Duty. You know, you may have to look for games, but you know, you get the idea that, you know, there's always going to be games around. You just gotta find them. Good games are always, you know, findable. And so far I'm loving Steam. I'm loving the hell out of PC gaming. It's really fun, and it's pretty awesome. Like Warframe, I'm having so much fun with this game. You couldn't even believe it. Yeah, but you know, really popular, fun games that are on PC. However, the newer consoles, things like the Xbox 720 or whatever it's going to be called, probably will ruin that for me. I'm a collector. I like collecting video games. I like their cover art. I like their discs. I like to have something physical in my hand. But that will never show up on the new Xbox if the rumors are true. And if they aren't, then I'll be happy. The PS4 I'm not worried about, and the Wii U I'm not worried about. You know, even though the Nintendo needs to, you know, step up their game on the Wii U, because they've pretty much fallen behind the race. You know, they're like old news. You know, kind of sucks, because the Wii has so much potential. And originally I had an idea for that console. You know, I was like, why don't they just make a touchscreen controller? You know, it'd be fun. And they did it, and you know, so far so good. You know, it's still, you know, what, their first like 5 months into the gaming industry, but I haven't heard anyone say anything about it. You know, not many people even know the fucking thing exists. And I just think that Nintendo has terrible fucking promotional issues, because they're just wasting behind, you know, things like Microsoft and PlayStation 3, you know, things that are going into pop culture. You know, everyone I know has a fucking Xbox or PS3. No one has a fucking Wii. No one has a Nintendo consoles anymore. They fucking go on FIFA 13 on fucking Xbox and shit. They don't care. Even though Nintendo, you know, makes the best games, they're not always gonna be there to, you know, make these games. They're gonna stick around. They're gonna last the next 20 years. Obviously, they've got a lot of show for it. Microsoft probably not, but Sony's gonna stick strong, and I think another company is gonna come in and sweep the consoles. Probably Steam. Steam will probably have that Steam box or whatever, or maybe like Ouya or whatever. Maybe Samsung's gonna make a console. But if they do, it'll probably be good. And I hope that they keep physical copies of games, because if they don't, it's just gonna ruin, you know, people like GameStop and, you know, playing trades where you trade games and, you know, bring someone's game to a friend's house, what's the sense in that if you're just gonna ruin one of the greatest experiences? I always bring games to friends' houses or whatever, and we play it and we enjoy it. But I guess if the Microsoft rumors of always online are true, if it's gonna be an online console, then you just forget that the industry even exists. I won't even acknowledge the fucking thing. It's a waste of fucking time. It might be cheaper that way. We probably might get a cheaper price on Xbox games, but I don't understand why the fucking digital copies are so much more than the actual physical copies. You could get a used fucking Fallout 3 for $8. Fallout 3 on fucking Xbox is like $20. Like, what kind of shit is that? And I love Steam because they actually cater to people like me, who are on a budget. They have like promotional sales. I got The Sims 3 for like $4 that day, and there's tons of free to play games. And the best part is we don't need to pay online, so that's even better. I don't know why the fucking thing exists. I don't know why people are suddenly up in arms about transactions. Fuck, it's bullshit. The gaming industry is terrible right now. And the only thing we're doing wrong is that we're buying into these things. We're buying that extra DLC. We're buying that, day one, DLC, and that, the patches and whatnot. That's the reason why the industry is becoming more saturated with like money issues. And Microsoft is the money grabbing pigs, want to always pay for online. Like, what kind of shit is that? People like PS4. I'm pretty sure we're not going to pay online on PS4. No doubt about it. If Sony actually gave a shit about their fucking, console, they wouldn't put online. Nintendo doesn't put online on the Wii. We don't have to pay online for the Wii. Is it good online? No. But the Xbox doesn't really even have that great online. The only thing that makes Xbox better is the party support. And there's more people playing on Xbox than PS3. But I thought I'd just share with you, some, next generation thoughts, my opinions. I think that definitely Microsoft is going to have to try even harder, and I hope that those rumors are not true, because you basically just ruin the gaming industry with that. Because people don't want, digital fucking downloads and shit. We don't want to fucking wait 2 hours to play a game where you go to GameStop and get a physical copy of it and play it right away. And yeah, I'm excited. It's gonna be fun, but whether they do it right or not really depends, and it's all about the companies now. So thanks guys for watching, and if you enjoyed it, please leave a like and subscribe.